Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Kaiju Weekly, the weekly news show that talks about all the news in the world of giant monster movies. And with me is the regular bunch of maniacs here. We've got Michael.
Hercules, Hercules, Hercules.
And also joining us is Danny Damana from Godzilla Novelization Project.
Judge, jury, and executioner of this stream.
Yay, the squeaky is here.
The squeaky hammer is back, folks. The squeaky hammer is back.
Hammer.
King Ghidorah's squeaky hammer supremacy.
Bully.
Bully. Get used to hearing this incredibly not annoying noise a lot during the stream.
Well, I may need your help on that because news is a little light this week, so we will get into the news topics for this week, but since it is a little bit light, to kind of fill out some of the time that we have, we're going to play a game. I have organized a game for you guys to torture you with. So, and joining us...
torture you with, my dear.
And joining live, we have Robert Montserrat. Hello,
hello. Bully.
Yes, Robert. Yes.
We have Brendan from Autistic Lizard Productions, the YouTube
channel. Brendan. Yes, quite.
yes.
And the Queen herself, Kaiju Kim.
Extra squeaky hammers for Kaiju Kim, the Queen of
Not everyone. I have arrived. Definitely.
We were worrying until we saw your comment. Now I feel better.
Now all is right with the world.
Yeah. And if you are joining us later on, either watching this as a replay on YouTube or listening to the audio on our podcast, we welcome you as well. So yeah, are you guys ready to get into the news for today?
Yes, quite. Danny,
yes, quite.
I will give you the honors this week.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. You know what we have to do, and you know what we have to cue. Cue the beady. Any second now.
Michael, you gonna do it, or am I gonna do it?
I swear it's coming.
I'll do it.
Beady cued.
Whoops.
We're always fighting over who's going to do it, and then when we finally realize, anyway, the beady has been cued. Twice now.
Yes.
So, okay.
Punchy us? Nah, no way. What are you talking about?
All right.
Michael is a little slap happy after almost like he spent hours recording a podcast prior to joining us.
Almost.
Our top story is not...
I promised myself when I woke up this morning that I would not die choking on a breadstick. Please don't make me.
That was the last one. I promise that was the last one.
Well, you don't want to interrupt this, Michael, because this is our top story.
Hey!
Woo!
The physical copies of issue 9 are here for Kaiju Ramen. So yeah, we are so happy to see this finally in physical form. For anybody who has pre-ordered it, the pre-orders will be going out soon. I'm not exactly sure when. I will get them out as soon as I can, but I'm doing that all myself, so it takes me a little bit of time. But yeah, just absolutely one of my favorite issues to work on. We have our all the contents and everything here, including an article.
Contents.
So yeah, we have articles from Nathan Marchand, our friend who's usually on here but couldn't make it this week. We have an article from Brandon McClure, who usually is on here but could not make it. We have an article from Dr. Sam Perrin, our friend from over in Norway. Who's actually from Australia but lives in Norway. We also have an article from Mr. Danny Damana.
Danny Boy Damana,
yes indeed. Right. Oh, I had so much fun working on that article. That was a real treat.
yeah, and this article or the whole magazine was really just a lot of fun to put together. We also have Artist Alley was John DeQuadros, who is a photographer who does a lot of figure photography. His handle is Rip Rocket Photography, or Rip Rocket Pics is on Twitter at Rip Rocket Pics.
Sound
Twitter.
it out.
I know it's hard to say. Words are hard.
They are.
Words is hard.
Are hard.
Words are hard.
Words is hard.
That's true.
Words is hard. So yeah, it's all dedicated to Kong. Oh, there's also an article from yours truly. I forgot about me writing this about the now defunct Confrontation ride at Universal Studios. One of my favorite rides whenever I was a kid going to Universal Studios. So yeah, we had a lot of fun. There's a lot of great stuff in here. And yeah, it's really great. If you love King Kong, you haven't picked it up, go to kaijuramenmedia.com. We still have them available on pre-order, so you can go ahead and pre-order it, which will get to you as soon as possible. But we're going to put them on regular order as soon as I get onto the website and change that over. But supplies are limited because we only do limited runs of our physical copies. So if you haven't gotten it, then make sure to get it, because when they're sold out, they are sold out, and we will not do another run of them. Oh, and by the way, the cover art was from yours truly as well. I did the cover art. So yeah, and we have a special preview of next issue, which I'm so excited about.
Oh, the next issue is going to be a banger.
The next issue is going to be so good. Oh yes. Not that this issue isn't great, but next issue is going to be even better.
Kaiju Ramen can have 2 bangers in a row. Yeah, we don't want to limit ourselves here.
So, yeah. Oh man. So yeah, that was our top story. So now we can move on to the actual news, starting with a little bit of sad news. Oh, you already did it, Michael. Sorry, I went to click on this thing. But a little bit of sad news starting off. Screenwriter Yukiko Takayama, who had been the screenwriter for Terror of Mechagodzilla, right? That was the one. Yeah. And she has passed away at age 83. She was the first female writer who was completely wrote a Godzilla movie. There was a female writer, I forget her name, who worked on a previous one, but
Son of Godzilla.
Right. But Takayama-san worked on Terror of Mechagodzilla, and even some of her work went into the manga, which was kind of the unofficial sequel to the movie. So really sad to see her go. She was such a what am I trying to say? She really very influential. Yeah, very influential figure. And to be the first woman to actually work fully as a screenwriter for a Godzilla film is something that they're still trying to do more of. We still need to get more of. So she really kind of broke ground in that way, and was very groundbreaking in that way.
She's unique. Not just because she was the first woman to tackle the whole script and is thus far the only woman to ever do so, write an entire one of these films on her own. What she brought to that film is incredibly unique. I think she delivered what might be the best love story of the franchise. I think she delivered one of the most interesting, likable, like to hate, like to love casts of human characters we've had. Great villain, a great tragic heroine. Wow. Just, yeah. I mean, the stuff that she was able to accomplish in that one single film, especially considering how trying some of the film industry at the time was rough. Big, long story we don't need to get into, but she was a tremendous talent. And as you mentioned, she did, pardon me, if anybody out there has not read the Meister Titano unofficial sequel story that she did, go to Toho Kingdom. It's there. It's been translated for free. Go read it. Just as much of Takayama-san's work as you can ingest in English, go do it. In her honor, and because it's really good work. But yeah, she will be tremendously missed. Yeah.
Michael, you want to say anything?
What is this Terror of Mechagodzilla you speak of?
And terror. I know. It's just
I think it was. Hang on, it came out in like 1943.
one of
Oh,
the
like a Swedish
worst
film.
films in the franchise.
is that the one? Is that the one?
Oh,
Is that the
Oh,
one
no.
with the bridge and the octopus and the and
Yes, that is.
yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
exactly.
That's exactly. Oh man, a lot of people in the
No.
audience are ripping their hair out right now, Michael, including including someone we know who's not here.
Hey, Claude! Yeah, he's gone. He's not paying attention.
We can make fun of his favorite Godzilla movie while he's not.
It's true. We can.
Yeah.
we can. But I
Well,
love
we got two people that's usually on our panel who's not here who have that as their favorite Godzilla movie,
That's true.
including a very young gatekeeper who's sometimes here. Elijah.
Who talks like this. Anyway, it's an incredible loss for the community. It's an incredible loss
Right.
for film and it's incredible loss. It's an incredible loss for the franchise. Period. To Danny's point, there was a lot of ground. There was a lot of ground that she broke within the franchise, especially. And to your point, Danny. To your point, sorry, Travis. To your point, we do need more female writers in the franchise. We've had a few, less than what we would like, but she will be sorely missed. And as much as I poke fun, I do adore Terror of Mechagodzilla. I wouldn't go as far as to say it's the best love story in the franchise. That belongs to Nick Adams and Miss Namikawa.
Ooh,
but
that's a good contender. Yeah.
But Terror of Mechagodzilla is a wonderful film, and like all jokes aside, I do appreciate her work on that.
Yeah.
And I would like a breadstick, Danny.
It's the last one. You can't have it.
Is that Little Caesars?
Yeah, I had to change my dinner plan so I could make the stream. So I apologize. I know this is rude. If you see me eating breadsticks while we're streaming, I'm not trying to be gross. I'm just incredibly hungry.
One of my favorite podcasts, there was an episode where one of the co-hosts ordered waffles and ice cream while they were recording and had it Uber, delivered to them. Uber Eats delivered to them.
It does sound good though.
So, it like we are. Everybody knows how professional this whole setup is.
I don't know.
I would love some. I would love some chicken and waffles. I would love some chicken and waffles.
Ooh, yes. I think I don't want to, there's no point really dwelling too much on Takayama-san's passing. I mean, we are in that era now where all of these ones who worked on some of these older films are starting to pass. We've already lost quite a few of them, and so it's sad to see, but their legacy that they left behind is just absolutely unmatched by anyone. So but moving on to our next bit of news, we have I think it was Danny himself who called it last week. So last week we talked about SRS. Last week we talked about SRS getting Whale God and releasing Whale God, and I mentioned, because they did say there was a couple of more kaiju kind of kaiju adjacent tokusatsu things that they were going to be releasing, and they were going to announce very soon. And I said, what could they be? And Danny said, well, what about Takashi Miike's Great Yokai War Guardians, which is the 2020 movie that came out, that was it was a sequel to the Great Yokai War from 2005. I
remember you and I talking about that back in 2020 when we were doing the podcast more on the regular. I remember us talking about that.
Yeah, and so lo and behold, SRS has announced now that Takashi Miike's Great Yokai War Guardians is the next one that they will be releasing. I didn't see a release date on it, on when they were going to be releasing, so
they haven't. I don't think they've announced that yet.
There's not a date. There's not a date yet on it.
No.
But here, let me pull up this.
Here he
So,
is, my beautiful man, Bujin, aka Daimajin.
So yeah, for anybody who
it's not Time Machine, according to Nathan.
Here it comes. Here it comes. He's not here.
What is it?
It's too long of a story. It's for all intents and purposes, yes, the character's name is Bujin in this, the same name that he had in Daimajin Canon.
Right.
It's come on.
It's
Daimajin.
Daimajin.
It's
It's
Daimajin.
Daimajin.
Let's call it.
Yeah.
It's technicalities being what they are. Yeah, sure, maybe not, but whatever. It's Daimajin. Look at him. Look at him.
That looks
He's
like
back.
Yeah.
There
I
he
have
is.
you see. Oh no, where is it? Where is
Oh,
it? Hold on.
spoilers! Oh dear God! Avert
Spoilers!
your eyes, everyone! Don't look.
Spoilers!
Spoilers!
There it is.
Hey, there.
Again, we are very professional.
We are. We are. You didn't see anything. See what?
Yeah.
Nothing. That's right. It's Daimajin.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Daimajin.
As a okay, let's take this in order. As a Daimajin fan,
Mhm.
as a yokai fan, as a big fan of Takashi Miike's first great yokai war film, and as a Takashi Miike fan in general, this is super duper exciting. I have been chomping at the bit to see this film since it came out. I can't believe I haven't seen it. Typically, this is something I probably would have tracked down by now, gotten from Japan. It's just I kept falling off my radar. Like, I kept forgetting, like, oh, you know what? There isn't a sequel to one of my favorite tokusatsu movies starring one of my favorite tokusatsu characters, directed by one of my favorite directors that I haven't seen yet. Oh, yeah, that's right. And I kept falling out of my brain hole. So the fact that it's coming out now, finally, I don't have an excuse now. I've been so excited to see it.
That's what's kind of been my thing with it too, is like because it wasn't getting a release, a theatrical release here, and we didn't have a distributor over here yet for physical release. It just kind of disappeared off my radar because we weren't it's one of those out of sight, out of mind. We're not getting advertisements for it. We're people in our circle are not talking about it because it's not anywhere where anybody can watch it. So it just kind of disappeared unless you were in Japan in 2020 when this movie was coming out and you saw the advertisements and stuff like that. It just would kind of disappear. So I won't say I'm a Daimajin fan, definitely not to the extent that Danny is. I do like the movies. I'm just like not that diehard kind of fan, but I do like the original movies. But yeah, the thing that I remember when the trailer came out for this movie back in 2020, and one of the things that we discussed, me and Michael, on Kaiju Weekly at that time, was the inclusion of so many different yokai, some of them from the yokai films, from Daiei, the Great Yokai War, and then some newer ones that were in the trailer. And I remember that they had tanukis. They had like an army of tanukis, and I was just like, yes, because I love tanukis.
They're great.
So that was just something. But yeah, Michael, what you have any other thoughts? Anybody else have any other thoughts?
I have never seen the original, so I am sorry. I'm a fake fan. I have never seen the original. I want to see the original, but I'm very excited for this release. I will be grabbing this as soon as it's up for pre-order. This and the Well God when it comes. I will be grabbing both of them.
Yes.
I think Danny, I can't remember who was it we were talking about this with? Was it you? I don't know if it was you and me or Travis or me and you or whoever. But SRS has a reputation for not having the best. So when movies like this come along and they get a hold of them for their catalog, it feels like a diamond in the rough, like a diamond in a very rough place.
A diamond gene.
A diamond gene.
I tried. No, abort joke. Abort fun. It's not funny.
abort.
Right.
But you get what I'm saying. Like, SRS doesn't have the greatest reputation. So for them to get releases like Guardians and The Well God and Howl from Beyond the Fog, stuff that has actual like good pedigree, stuff that's way better than what SRS deserves, is really exciting for us collectors, or for us fans. Really, it's not just a collector's thing; it's a fan thing. We get to watch these movies that we wouldn't be able to see otherwise, unless, like you, Danny, if I tracked it down on Buyee or Yahoo Japan or something like that. And like you, Travis, it just kind of fell off the radar. And I've been kind of revisiting my love of the Daimajin movies and yokai and things like that. You know, I bought a book a few weeks ago talking about Japanese folklore and myths, and kind of reading through that as well. So this is a really exciting release for a lot of fans, and it gives more credibility to SRS's catalog. So hopefully they get other things outside of Puppet Shark or Turkey of the Corn or whatever the devil it was the last time I saw on their site.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they do cater to a very specific, usually a very specific type of film collector.
It's the same. They cater to the same lowbrow audience that would go and watch the Winnie the Pooh slasher film. That's who they cater to.
Yeah,
they are the modern day equivalent of the small home video label that would release things directly to video stores, where you would get these very backyard films shot on film, low budget, just, some schlub decides to make a film in his backyard with his drunk friends, like that, that kind of thing. And there was no way you were going to get something like that in theaters back in the 80s and 90s. So they would distribute those things directly to video stores. And that's kind of what SRS does, except there's no middleman now. They go find these films, these backyard films, these low budget films, and sometimes a real banger like Whale God or Hell from Beyond the Fog or
Zillafoot.
Well, that's easily the best of
Conga TNT.
Conga TNT, man. And then like stuff like that, or stuff like the new one. I got this, I think it was last week. I got my copy of Armageddon Apocalypse King, and I haven't watched it yet.
I saw that.
A little terrified to put that disc in. I don't know what's going to happen. My Blu-ray player might start levitating. I don't know, but who knows? But like, there is definitely a difference in pedigree, like you said, Michael, between something. Again, I haven't seen it yet, but I think I can be safe to say there's a difference in pedigree between Armageddon, Apocalypse King, and a Takashi Miike yokai film.
Oh, definitely.
Like, that's like, so they're expanding. It's not so much that I'm happy to see them get to a point where bigger films like that are something that you would expect more from SRS Cinema. I'm incredibly supportive of those guys. I've gotten every kaiju release they've put out because I love what they do. I love the support they show to indie filmmakers, not just in America, but people like Shinpei Hayashiya. They started out their kaiju line with Deep Sea Monster, Rego, and Raiga.
Right. Yeah.
And they were the first people to give Raiga versus Oga a home video release. I mean, they have championed these people, and they've let these independent filmmakers from Japan bring their work over here. I remember when Hayashiya-san came to G-Fest, and he brought 10 copies of Deep Sea Monster. I think it was Rego. He brought Rego with him. He brought 10 copies because he didn't think anyone at the con was going to know who he was. And he packed that room because of course we knew who he was. And he was overwhelmed, and he looked at everyone and he said in English, "I'm sorry. I only brought 10." And that's how I got my copy. I got number 9 out of 10 because I got in line fast.
Wow.
But it was a surreal moment replacing that DVD on my shelf with an official one. And that alone, like SRS, thank you. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Supporting people. Oh my gosh, Yoshikazu Ishii. I want to see more of his films come out. But I don't know. I'm rambling. But yeah, I'm glad to see them doing this. I'm really glad.
Yeah, and I was thinking, because, I mean, and we make fun of some of the movies that they put out because, they seem kind of trashy, but there's a place for that, and like you said, this isn't Asylum where they're like, they're obviously trying to bank on a bigger budget's name. This is like a small budget crew who want to make something, and they're putting together, and it's not to the quality of something that has a big budget studio behind it, and it is kind of silly, but it's nice that there is a place for that. Like Danny was saying, it's nice that there is a place that people who are wanting to be creative and create something, even if it is dumb and silly, that they at least have an outlet and that they can produce that stuff with. And so I like that. I'm wondering if SRS might be the direction that I forget the creator's name, but the one that the big the God Brush
Brush of the Gods.
Brush of the Gods. The SRS may end up getting that and releasing that when it's finally made.
I hope so. I backed the Kickstarter, and the Kickstarter has a DVD, but it's only apparently it's just a highlight reel of the visual effects. It's not the whole film. So it wouldn't be like how I backed that Kickstarter, and I got a copy of the movie directly from Japan. So
Oh, wow.
I have a copy right from the director of the movie. And it sounds like a brag. It's not a brag. It's anybody who backed the Kickstarter could have done that. It's not a brag. But that would be a move. I mean, I still got the SRS release to support them and make sure that they got my money. But if Brush of the God comes out from them, oh boy.
Yeah.
Because that's shaping up to be amazing.
I've been tracking it on Twitter. You know, any kind of little updates that they have from it, they release out onto Twitter and stuff. And it's been really interesting to see it getting put together. So so something like that could be released through SRS. So yeah, we'll see what because I think they said there was still a couple of tokusatsu related things that they were releasing. So we've got Whale God, we've got Yokai War Guardians. if there's at least one more.
They said they had two, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
I think these are their two. I believe these are the two.
Oh, was it two? I thought they had one more.
There's more coming in the future, but they said they've got two big announcements coming up, and this was the second.
This was the two. Okay. For some reason, I was thinking there was two more after Whale God.
I wish.
So Whale God was the one. Okay.
They'll come. They will release more eventually, and I'm gonna put my prediction in now that Brush of the Gods is potentially a shoe-in because Daisuke Sato is involved with that film, and Daisuke Sato did Howl. So there you go. And my next guess, and I'm hoping that this happens, is Yuzo, Yoshikazu Ishii's new film.
Yes.
Please. I love everything that guy has ever done. Attack of the Giant Teacher is required viewing if you inhale oxygen. Just go watch it. You don't have to be a kaiju fan. Just go watch that movie. It's great. I want to see more.
That Yuzo is the one that they made a whole beautiful new suit for. What is it? The monster is like a blue.
It's like a bluish purple, and it has like yellow spikes on it.
Okay.
It's a gorgeous suit.
It all takes place in like an apartment building, like all the interior are in this apartment building, and then it was the one that, Michael, if you remember when we read the description of it, it sounded just bat crap crazy. Yeah.
Right. Oh, is that the one that's like from a first person, first person, it's like a first person point of view of a monster attack?
It wasn't that. It was more like all the people in the apartment all had something going on, and it was like they each represented something about the person's psyche, and his girlfriend broke up with him, but then it was like, I don't know, I remember it being very crazy. I can look up the description of it, but like really the tokusatsu is what I want to watch more than the actual story. I want to watch that new suit. I would really like to see, what's that one? What to Do with a Dead Kaiju? For that to get a physical release somewhere, and SRS is an option. So that would be in the United States anyway. That's what I mean. So yeah, there's some options. So if Rob is watching this stream, then there's some options for you, Rob. There's some ideas.
Is that the What to Do with the Dead Kaiju? Is that the one where the dorsal spines look a little bit?
Excellent.
Dixtroya. Yeah, that's
Dixtroya. Yeah.
His name has been. Don't say it two more times, or he'll appear. I'm just saying.
I do have to ask, since we do have a little time, since the news is lighter this week, which release are y'all most excited for? Whale God or Guardians?
Oh, equal, but for two different reasons. I'm excited for Whale God. I've seen Whale God before. I adore Whale God.
I've never seen Whale God either.
It's so good. I'm excited for two reasons for that one. One, to get a copy of it that's official and support it. And two, so that other people who haven't seen it can see it. That's why I'm excited about the release. But I'm excited for Guardians purely selfishly because I want to see it and I have never seen it. So two different reasons for two different movies. But I'd say they're about equal I don't think I could pick one. I don't think I could.
I'm the same way with Whale God. I'm glad that it's coming out because it gives me an opportunity who's never seen it to see it, and other people who've never seen it. But I am definitely more excited for Guardians because I know what that's about, at least, and I know, I've seen some of it because I've never even seen clips of Whale God. Like, I don't know anything about the movie other than what I've been told from like you guys. And so, but Guardians, I would love to talk to you, Danny, about it when it comes out, because either in a official YouTube video capacity or just in our personal everyday lives, I would love to talk about it, because I know you've talked about how you've really studied about the yokai and Japanese kind of mythology around yokai. And like Michael said, he's got a book now that he's reading on. For me personally, I don't have necessarily an academic knowledge of yokai. I have more of a working knowledge of yokai, is what I call it, working knowledge, because I know yokai more on how it's perceived by people, modern day Japanese people, not necessarily, the academic, like long time history, but just more of like, what your everyday Japanese person on the street how they would view a tanuki, or how they would view some of these the kitsune and other ones like that.
Which I don't know as much about. So if we compare notes, I would definitely learn something. That would be cool. I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah, I mean, there's a kitsune ramen and kitsune ramen, and there's tanuki noodles, because they have dishes named after these yokai that are so because they're just a big part of their mythology. But what does the everyday person think about them? So yeah, that's a lot of fun. Let's move on to the toys and collectibles.
Well, we had one more thing.
We have one more thing to talk about here.
Yeah, we have one more thing.
I mean, it was basically just saying that Shin Kamen Rider has been released. So yeah, I mean, that's a big deal. I really like Kamen Rider. So Shin Kamen Rider has officially been released in the United States. My review of the movie is going to be posted on the website very soon, kaijuramenmedia.com. You can see you can see it scrolling down at the bottom. So you will be able to read that probably in the next day or so, because I know Brandon's still working on getting it uploaded onto the website. So probably tomorrow it will be live on there, so you can read my review. It is spoiler free. So if you haven't seen it yet, if you're going to that next showing that a lot of people are having, which is Tuesday,
tomorrow.
I think it's tomorrow.
Yeah, it's Tuesday, because that's when I'm going. I'm going Tuesday.
Well, I know some people have one tomorrow too, so I guess it just depends on your theater. But
I didn't know. Okay.
So if you're going to that one and you want to read my review, you can read it without getting spoiled by it. But yeah. And then we're going to have a Henshinmen episode on it that is going to be Nathan and my replacement on that podcast, Shane, who is going to be talking. No, he's been on there. He's been on the podcast.
Well, why aren't you on that episode? You're the Kamen Rider expert.
Yeah,
because we couldn't work out schedules to record.
Nathan's not the Kamen Rider expert. Nathan doesn't know jack about Kamen
Look,
Rider.
Okay, honestly, I don't want to be on the same podcast talking about Shin Kamen Rider with Nathan, because Nathan has opinions and our opinions differ. No, really, honestly, we couldn't work out schedules because
I have opinions.
I have opinions. There it is.
He does. Trust me. When I was coming home from the movie theater, I called him to find out what he thought of it, and I ended up sitting in my driveway for a while to listening to his opinions. Oscar.
He tried calling me after the stream. I didn't notice his call.
But really, honestly, the truth is that we just couldn't work out schedules, because Shane was going to be on it anyway, and so Nathan was trying to work out the three of us to be on there, and I said, well, my review is going to be posted on the website so everybody can see what my review is. I don't need to be on the Henshinmen episode to also just repeat it.
And for anyone, we keep saying Shane, but for reference, Shane is one of the voice actors for the Power Rangers audio drama through Scyther Media, or through Scyther Podcasting. So that's why. And Shane is I think Shane is Shane is one of the co-creators of the Kamen Rider audio
Yeah,
drama.
the Masked Rider.
The Masked Rider, that's right. The Masked
Yeah.
Rider audio drama. He's one of the co-creators of that.
Yeah,
through Psycho.
which spun off of the Power Rangers one, just
Yeah.
like the Masked Rider did back when Saban did it back in the day. Only this time it's more successful.
Also, shout out to Brandon. We don't tell Brandon how much we love him for keeping the website up to date.
Yes, yeah, Brandon works really hard in keeping up with everything that goes on the website. So if you have any problems with our website, blame Brandon. If you like our website, also blame Brandon.
Yes. But just remember, regardless, blame Brandon.
Blame Brandon. Yeah. It's like South Park. Blame Canada. Blame Canada.
Blame Brandon. Blame Brandon.
There it
Okay,
is.
on to toys and collectibles.
Yes.
Woo! Now we're cooking.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I
All
like
right,
toys.
Michael, you gonna take over from here, or you need me to do it?
I need you to do it. Just there's only two items, so I'll
Okay.
do it. I'll talk, and then you show the thing. Okay, you show the
okay.
thing. If you can do.
Okay. All right.
You show the thing. I'm doing a lot of hand things right now. So you show. Wax on, wax off.
And hi to Jane Meyer for joining us in the chat. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Jane.
Hello. Hi there, Jane. It's good
Hi
to
there.
meet you.
Good to see you in the chat. Thanks for joining us. Okay, first bit
Okay.
of toy and collectible news.
Dagra, dagra, dagra.
Bring it up.
I'm working.
Do it faster.
Hold on.
I'm
Do it faster.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I can't get
So
over this thing. I can't get over this
excited. So this is probably the top story within collecting news. Is this premium Bandai? Not Dogura. Degarla.
Yeah, yes.
Not
Yes.
Dogura. Not Dogura. Degarla.
Nailed it.
So this, if anyone's not familiar with this kaiju, this is from Rebirth of Mothra
Dose.
1, 2,
Dos.
I don't really care for those movies, so I'm getting it all mixed up.
Sad. Come on.
But this is a gorgeous figure from Premium Bandai.
It really is.
I can't
This
get
is
okay.
a gorgeous figure. Danny, come on, man. I know you love those movies. Like I appreciate those movies for what they are, but you love those movies.
I am an unapologetic Rebirth of Mothra trilogy connoisseur, admirer. And so about 1 million years ago, when I was still in my early 70s, I really wanted to
million?
get yes, in my mind only, in my 70s. Okay, I grew up with the Rebirth of Mothra trilogy. The second one was the first one I saw. I saw the second before I saw the first one. And
Oh wow.
I got it because as a kid I thought that was Godzilla's head sticking up out of the water on the tape. And I had no idea. I had no idea. Like I had no clue. And I bought this thing and I'm like, what is this monster? I fell in love with Dagara immediately. Dagarla. It can be said both ways. It's Dagara in Japan. The dub calls him Dagarla. It's 601. It doesn't matter. People will try to correct you either way. Don't listen to them. Say it however you want. Both of them are fine. But when I found my first Dagara toy, my figure, it was one of those little. It's about a 4.5 inch long candy Bandai figure. It's the only vinyl that was available at the time the film came out. It was packaged in a blister card with an Aqua Mothra, I believe. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Because there were a couple of sets that came out. There was one with a Rainbow Mothra and a Gogo and or Gorgo. They said that one weird too. And I think there might have been a fairy in there. I don't remember, but all I know is there were a couple of these blister packs, and this was one of the monsters that came with it. And I freaked out. It was only about like 5 inches long. He wasn't huge, but enough that I could say I had a Dagara figure. Thank goodness I finally had one. I never thought that any of the monsters from those 3 films would get the kind of love that has obviously been poured into this version. Because
exactly,
this is so beautiful.
Beautiful. Who knows if it's going to look like this when it ships? This is the nice, pretty version they take pictures of. But P Bandai they usually follow through pretty well. Their Mudos are works of art. Their Mudos are beautiful. I have a feeling this is going to look awesome when it releases, and I cannot get over this thing. It looks like an X Plus. I thought it was an X Plus when they dropped it.
So
Yeah.
for scale wise, we're looking at something that's like Travis, find me the picture of when it's on all fours.
Dun, dun, dun.
That one.
You mean
Stop there.
you mean both? Sort
Yeah.
of.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from foot to nose, it's 6 inches tall. Right? Am I correct, Danny? I believe. I'm pretty sure.
It's 15
I don't
centimeters.
know. Oh,
So that's about 6.
that's about 5.5. Is that right?
5.5, 6 inches. Yeah, that's about 5.5, 6 inches.
So this is gonna be a long one. It's gonna be a long figure.
Yes, it's 46 centimeters long.
So,
jeez.
For a point of reference, this is a 6-inch Bandai Green Ranger. It is this on its hind legs, on its forelegs. It is this tall, approximately, right? But it's going to be almost 10 inches long. It's going to be a big figure. It's going to be a big figure and a beautiful representation of this kaiju. I'm excited to get it. I have not placed my pre-order yet. I want to place my pre-order because the price tag on this is about what you would expect for premium Bandai, which is 100. Go.
Go ahead.
Oh, the price tag on this guy is $142 USD. So if you so if you get a couple of our friends from Monsters with Attitude, Joe Myers of Married with Kaiju and Eric Stolp of Bearded Kaiju Unboxing Reviews, they've already ordered theirs, and with shipping, it was $162 is what they told me. And they got theirs from Zen Market. So if you get a Zen Market account, they carry a lot of premium. You can have access to a lot of premium Bandai stuff. That's how they got theirs, was through Zen Market.
I got my last P Bandai figure direct from their web shop, I think. Is there I might have to reach out to one of those guys and see what the price difference is. Or I could just Google it myself. I'll just Google it myself. What am I talking about?
But
I won't plug those guys.
But all things considered, that's not a terrible price tag for a P Bandai. Not really.
Yeah.
It's pricey, but I mean, this is about as close to X Plus as you can get without it being an X Plus. This is
also how many times are you going to get a Dagara in this form? That's what's getting me. So I noticed that Michael did not ask me anything about my opinions on this. That's okay.
I didn't. I just I'm sorry, Travis. I just automatically default that you don't collect things.
So I don't usually collect things. I don't collect a lot of things anyway. I will say that I don't collect a lot of things, but this is something I'm actually considering getting. I'm actually, if I can find the money, in enough time to pre-order it, I will. Because I'm like Danny. I like the Mothra films. For some strange reason, because I recognize they're not the highest quality films in the world, but I do really like those films. And when I was a kid, let's see, I must have been in my early teens. So I must have been about 13 or 14 years old. I found I'm guessing it was Bandai. Some people can correct me because it's been so long I don't even remember, but I found a Rainbow Mothra figure. But it wasn't like, your like high-end things. It was, kind of on the cheaper side of your plastic ones. But seeing that, I was like, I had never seen up to that point Mothra in those colors. I had never, and I didn't know anything about Rainbow Mothra. I didn't know anything about these movies. And but I held on to that for a very long time. In fact, I probably lost it only until I was maybe in my early 20s was when I finally lost it. So I mean, I held on to it for a good while. And so I've always kind of had a fascination with these movies. And so when I finally got to watch them, I was like, oh, that's Rainbow Mothra. That's the toy I had when I was younger. And so the fact that we're getting this, and it is such a well-made figure from one of those movies, it's so I can't believe it. I can't believe that they're putting that much effort into something from those movies, because it's just like, wow. So yeah, this is something that even I'm considering getting.
In terms of scale, it's probably going to be closer to this. It's probably going to be a little bit closer. I was trying to find something in similar scale. So this is the Titanic Creations Titanicus that I picked up at AMA, and it's about, I would say this is about 5.5, 6 inches tall. It's approximately about 9 or so inches long, I would say, from horn to tail tip. So this is probably what you're going to be expecting when you get this in box. Hopefully, it's probably going to be slightly bigger too because of the tail extending further out. But it's expect something about this size in terms of scale. Wouldn't you say, Danny?
Something like that. Probably a little bit longer, like you said, but that seems about fair. Also, Oscar here. Chances are, Travis, the figure he's referring to here is the one that you had.
That's what I was just fixing to say. Yeah. I was like, I think that's the one that I had. But yeah, it just, I remember having that, and because at the time I got it, like I had seen all the Heisei Godzilla movies, and so I had seen every Godzilla movie that I knew of that existed at that point, as far as I knew, and I'm like, what is this? I've never seen this before. And so, it's like, and then finally getting to watch these movies, the Mothra trilogy, was such a like, oh wow, that's where that came from. And so yeah, I have a lot of nostalgia and a lot of love for those movies, even though I know they're not, quality wise, they're not the greatest films in the world, but my love for Mothra is undying.
As is mine.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm excited that this is coming. And as a sidebar, it does come with a little Go-Go figure. Is it Go-Go or Goro?
Well, it's Go-Go in Japanese, but the dub calls him Gorgo. Speaking of Titanic Creations.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, they call him Gorgo. So it's in Japanese, it's Gogo and Dagara, but in the dub, it's Gorgo and Dagara.
I didn't grab the image of the little Go-Go figure because I just, when I was in a hurry trying to grab everything for this week's episode. So, but there, if you go to kaijubattle.net and you look for this figure, the Dagara figure, if you click on it and you go down, they have a bunch of images, and one of them is the Go-Go figure to show what it's going to look like approximately. So for anybody who's interested in checking that out too.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. So for the next little bit of news, looks like we're gonna be getting some Pacific Rim? Some Pacific Rim anniversary stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I can't 10 years, you guys. It has been 10 years.
10 years. How? We have been alive too long. Oh, no, that is not what I wanted.
I made it through most of my life without feeling I don't feel old. I feel older. And this is making me feel older. How has it been a decade since Pacific Rim? How is it that this movie is 10 years old and the visual effects look better than most CG now?
I know.
How?
I know.
Like I say the same thing about Jurassic Park. Like Jurassic Park looks beautiful. Like it's the same thing with Pacific Rim. These are cool. I'm glad. So these are DST, yes? These are Diamond Select?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I'm glad that they're still putting these out because they have done good with their Pacific Rim stuff in the past.
So I'm going to read the description directly from kaijubattle.net. It says
shout out
Pacific Rim. Yeah, Pacific Rim 10th anniversary deluxe action figure box set. This is going to be an SDCC exclusive.
Of course.
So keep that in mind. So keep that in mind. Collectors love the word exclusive, but we also hate it at the same time. It just makes our job of getting it that much harder. So a Diamond Select Toys release return to the Pacific Rim with the all new box set celebrating the film's 10th anniversary, featuring a battle damaged version of the original Gypsy Danger and a shakedown test colors version of Gypsy Danger Avenger. This action figure set pack comes in a 2-pack with shattered dome packaging and multiple interchangeable parts. It is limited to only 2,000 pieces, designed and sculpted by Big Shot Toy Works. The retail price is $70 USD. It will release quarter. I can't talk tonight, guys. Words are hard. Quarter three of 2023, and you can order this directly from Diamond Select Toys.
Mm-hmm. They're beautiful. They're beautiful.
They are.
I have all of the Uprising stuff that they put out when 2018. Oh my gosh, that's been 5 years on its own. What is happening?
Yep, I know, man.
A flat circle time is. I don't know. It's ridiculous, but yeah, these are great. These are really, really good.
You know why it feels so like it's so long ago? That's because 2019 was like 3 years. Like just
that's exactly right.
2019 just stayed for like 3 years.
See, the thing is, I'm having the opposite problem. Is 2019 and 2020 felt like they lasted simultaneously, very fast and very, very slow. But I don't feel like 2013 was that long ago. In my head, I feel like I just went and saw this movie in the theaters like 5 or 6 years ago.
Oh, I know,
but I didn't. I saw it 10 years ago, and
I've lived in like 3 different places since then.
I can't. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's been that long. And in the grand scheme of things, it isn't that long. But a decade is a pretty solid milestone for anything. I mean, that's crazy cool. I mean, I remember when NECA announced their toys, and I got all those.
And there's still a huge diehard fan base for those 2 movies. We were supposed to get 3, but we ended up with only 2, and then we got the anime later. But like, there's still a diehard fan base for this movie in particular, because a lot of people say that this is what kicked off the kaiju boom way before 2014 came along.
I'm in complete accordance with that. Prior to this, really after 2005, things were very spotty. The occasional Japanese comedy or parody film, Cloverfield, random little things like that you can count. But this was the movie that arguably inserted the actual word kaiju into the English lexicon officially and let it stick.
Yeah.
This was the beginning of people kind of picking their ears up a little bit with this genre, and then Godzilla locked it in kind of the same way that shows like Kamen Rider and Spectre Man really kind of started people getting back into kaiju and superheroes in the early 70s, and then a Return of Ultraman, and then Godzilla versus Hedorah really locked it in, more so Ultraman than Godzilla, but you know, the Kamen Rider and a couple of other Toei shows, and then P Productions with Spectre Man walked so that those later things could run. And then obviously spinning off from all that, you get an entire decade of superhero shows. So this is really the bookend for the period of time that we are still in 10 years later. You know, it's you know, it could be argued how much or how little influence it had over the Monsterverse and all that stuff, but the fact is, it is the bookend, and we don't have another bookend yet for the shelf. It's still going. Metaphors, I'll tell you what.
Well, that's what I was thinking, because you were talking about like it kicked off the kaiju boom that we have, and because prior to that we would get a few here and there, and you can say Cloverfield was one of those, you know, and everything. But since this movie came out, since Pacific Rim, there's been consistently new kaiju media coming out in America. Ever since this movie came out, you know, minus, you know, a little bit of a break here and there, but pretty much consistently. And so, yeah, we are still going through that, and we're still, you know, we're getting another Godzilla versus Kong sequel, you know, Godzilla X Kong now and stuff. So it is still going. We got the, you know, the Kong anime that's coming, you know, all these stuff that's still going, but Pacific Rim is the one that kind of kicked it all off.
So before we go any further,
I notice it's only when I'm talking. It's not when Danny's talking that Michael acts like this. It's only when I'm talking.
What? I didn't. Oh, come on. I heard you, Travis. I heard you. Quick shout out to our friends, Joe Myers at Married to Kaiju, part of the Collecting Wolf Pack. Nice to see you, buddy. Also, Eric Stolp. It's good to see you, bud. We were just talking about you. All good things, sort of, maybe. I don't know. But you're right, Travis. You are right. This is the Pacific Rim is what kicked off the kaiju boom in terms of consistently getting something every year or every couple of years. And Danny, like you also pointed out, this is the movie that put the word kaiju into the American lexicon, whereas the word kaiju would probably only be known to a very niche audience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For sure.
So these figures are don't just represent, you know, the figures, the movies themselves, but it represent a big deal within the kaiju community. So you can imagine that they're going to be a sought after item, even though they are SDCC exclusive.
Yeah, I have the 2013 SDCC exclusive end credit Jaeger box set where they took the NECA. Oh, I'm bigger again. They took the
That's what she said.
There it is. I set him up and he hit me. Home run. There it is. Anyway, the I don't know if you guys have seen...
Travis hates that phrase.
I don't know if you've seen these, but
just on the show, because we're trying to be family friendly.
Oh man, they're basically, it's the NECA Gypsy Danger, it's the NECA Crimson Typhoon, and Striker Eureka painted a glossy metallic black to look like the versions of them that you see during the end credits of the first movie. And dude, those are beautiful. And the only reason I got those is my comic book shop at the time, which unfortunately did not survive the pandemic. So they did not make it the full 10 years with me. I survived 10 years, they did not. But they got it in, and I was able to get it. So actually, there's an interesting history of SDCC and Pacific Rim. They've tended to put out some cool stuff. And this looks like a nice continuation of that. I might just get them. I'm just insane.
Danny, if you ever make it up this way or over this way, I think it's over. I'll take you to the same comic shop that I took Travis to when Travis was here.
Oh, God.
Because they had a lot of Pacific Rim stuff as well.
Yeah, they did.
Yes, I'm into it.
That place was dangerous to take out. I just was like, oh man, because it's a used bookstore plus bookstore plus comic book store plus collectible figures kind of thing. It's like it's everything all in one, and it was just like my mind is going nuts. So I don't know what to do.
You cannot put me into a building like that, Mr.
That's what I said.
That is DEFCON 1 right there. That is as high a DEFCON as you can possibly get.
I will release you and watch the chaos unfold. I am the chaos bringer.
Thrill as his bank account dips into the negatives. Just wait.
You can tell I'm still a little bit loopy from having to deal with Nate.
No, you're hiding it pretty well, honestly. We can't really
we can hardly tell.
So I guess that does it for toys and collectibles.
Actually, I have an emergency toy addendum I want to throw up. I don't know how a toy addendum. A Kaiju Weekly toy addendum. So as of right now, I don't know how many are left. I haven't seen an update that says they're all sold out. But as of today, you know where I'm going with this, Michael.
Yes, I know.
YMSF has put up for limited pre-order, their open-mouthed Orga figure. And it's gorgeous. Yes. It's beautiful. It is amazing. I don't have pictures for it. This was just something that I didn't see on the list. I'm like, this must be mentioned. But Fumiaki Kawakame, who runs YMSF, for anybody who doesn't know, does these wonderful limited licensed figures of like versions of kaiju and or entire kaiju that you just don't see anywhere else, that Bandai doesn't usually touch. And he has sculpted this absolutely astounding open-mouthed, the gross, there it is. The open-mouthed, icky Organizer G1 eating Godzilla version of Orga. This is a figure that he teased years ago, as he is oft one to do. You'll usually see molds and sculpts for YMSF years. I mean, before he releases them. I have a couple of sculpts I've been waiting on him to do for 5-10 years now, but they take so much time. He does everything himself. So these are real artist pieces, and they're gorgeous. And you won't find, like, Bandai never put out an Orga that looks like this. So YMSF is great for filling in your gaps. There's his Kumanga, Bandai won't do Kamanga. They might now. They're starting to do weirder stuff, but as of now, they haven't done one. But there it is. As of this morning, it went up for pre-order. And as of a few hours ago, he had less than 10 left. This thing sold pretty fast. I haven't seen a message that says it's sold out. It might be by now, but it's worth it. It's worth reaching out. So how you get this is you get on Facebook. It's the only way to do it. You get on Facebook and you send the YMSF page a personal message on Messenger. You say, I'm interested, and he'll send you the rest of the info. I have been on a super duper mega ultra uber hiatus, and I haven't bought anything. I caved and bought this. And with the conversion rate, he only accepts yen only via PayPal. But with the conversion rate and the shipping and a little bit of extra tax, it costs me about $110.
Oh,
that's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all. It's not bad. Oh, okay. Never mind. With the PayPal fee, it was 119, 120 bucks for this.
That's still not, yeah.
It's still not bad. It's a beautiful figure. And even if this version is sold out, chances are he will do other production runs. I can almost guarantee you he will re-release it in alternate color schemes. He might do translucent versions later on. So even if you missed this one, you haven't necessarily missed it entirely. But if you have a Facebook and you want this sucker, shoot him a message and say, I'm interested in Orga. He'll send you the rest of the information. But yeah, I didn't want to let this go by without mentioning that, because I have been pumped for this thing. If you're including when I saw the prototype, probably 3 or 4 years. If you're including for as long as I've wanted one of these, 23 years.
And he usually has a presence at G-Fest. So if you're going to be at G-Fest,
these might be
G-Fest.
These might be. Maybe.
These might be.
Maybe. I wouldn't count on it though. If you want it, I would say get it now. If you're on the a little on the edge, wait for G-Fest. Is it pre-order only? It is. They are done, and so when he sells out of them, and again, last I checked, he has less than 10. He told me I'd have mine in a week from today. So I don't know if that's necessarily going to happen, but he said I'll have it out to you in a week. So these are already done. Apparently they're pre-packaged, so they'll be
a small parcel Michael, from Japan usually probably takes about a week.
This isn't a giant figure. This is in the 6-inch scale.
Right.
Sorry,
you can do it.
There you go. I cut you off.
No, I was just going to say, and so Michael and Eric and all them in the chat can probably correct me on this, but we don't usually get this version of Orga. Like the only versions I can think of it that's in figure form is usually the regular Orga form before the mouth thing, except for a Defo Reel. I remember they did a Defo Reel that was the open mouth one, but that was like the only one that I know of. And I'm not really connected into it, so I was just going to see what if I'm correct in thinking that
there was a Defo Reel put out by X Plus a few years ago. It was 2018 or 2019. It was pre-pandemic. I know that.
I think it was 2019 to coincide with the 20th for the movie.
I remember covering it on the podcast.
Outside of that, Eric, you're my kit guy. If you hear me. There has to be
there's some model kits as well.
He's on it.
Right. There has to be a model kit. I was gonna say there has to be a model kit of this open mouth version.
Oh, okay. Okay. But yeah,
model kits are not the easiest thing to get.
Right.
So this would be
as far as figures go. So I was just highlighting how rare this kind of thing would be. Yeah. Kind of just to add a little emphasis to that. Kim, I am right there with you. I want to go and rewatch Godzilla 2000, my favorite Godzilla film. So I definitely
mine too. I'm a sucker for it. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it so much.
Absolutely. So want to go watch that movie.
Yeah, but I felt I must bring this up because I know we have some Godzilla 2000 peeps watching. I know Kim loves that movie. I messaged a friend earlier today. I can safely say is the world's #1 Orga fangirl, and I said, pre-order this. I read Michael's lips. He knows who
I know. Sorry, I was taking a drink. I didn't want to. I want to mute myself, but I know who you're talking about. Dave.
Yes. Kaiju artist extraordinaire Daikaiju Danielle. Follow her on Twitter for awesome art, by the way. But she and I have been friends for literally ever. And she and I have bonded over Orga over the years because we're both big fans of Godzilla 2000. And so I messaged her and I said, "It's coming, it's coming, it's coming out. You got to get this thing." You know,
Kim, whenever you want. Whenever you want.
I will make time for that. Are you kidding me?
Kaiju Ramen Plus.
Kaiju Ramen Plus. Ooh.
Kaiju Ramen.
I guess that's a good segue into something, because I did mention last week that we would kind of give some announcements about what we're planning on doing as far as like a subscription service for the magazine for Kaiju Ramen. So we're not going to it's not going live anytime soon, but we are planning on, at least for the time being, we're thinking about doing a Patreon and having a Patreon set up for Kaiju Ramen Media. And if you subscribe to the Patreon at certain tiers, you will get either a digital copy of every magazine or a physical copy, depending on what tier we have done. And along with that, we're trying to put together a bunch of bonus content, including maybe some watch parties, maybe some watch-alongs with all the people that usually do Kaiju Ramen. Along with that is like a newsletter that shows behind the scenes and kind of what's coming up. The chance to vote on what topics we're going to be covering in the magazine coming up and on podcasts, special podcasts that will only be available to Patreon supporters. That's the kind of stuff we're thinking about. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there to see if anybody's watching this either live, watching this later, or listening to this. Reach out to us at Kaiju_Ramen on Twitter. Let us know what you think about that, because that from our point of view, that is what has worked out the best for us, or at least that's what we think is going to work out the best for us. But you guys can give us some comments on that, what you think of that, a Patreon style or through Patreon doing a subscription service that way instead of your typical subscription service, just because we're trying to find the best way and the best route to take, and Patreon seems to be something that a lot of people trust. Okay. Kim, yes.
We will take we will take all of your money.
No,
Kim, you will also get a lot of our money too, because Kim is a fantastic video editor, and we are going to be probably using you for some of our bonus content that we're talking about putting together. So you're going to be taking our money too.
She's in the money. I don't know.
Yeah. So that was just a quick announcement, but like I said, give us some feedback on that, what you think, because we're willing to, we're looking at launching, if we're going to do the Patreon thing, unless we get enough feedback that says don't do this, we don't like this idea, we're probably going to launch it sometime at the end of this month, or probably the beginning of July is when it would be. At the beginning of July, yes, Kim.
We'll talk about that, Kim.
In that case, my membership should be free. Yeah. So anyway, now I think since we're at an hour, so we had more to talk about this week than we thought, but we can get into the game that I have set up for you guys. So Michael, Danny.
Hello, Michael. I want to play a game.
And Danny.
I didn't hear my name in there. I think I'm exempt.
This was a leftover from back when when it was just me and Michael doing the podcast. So,
would you like to play a game?
With the release of Shin Kamen Rider, directed by Hideaki Anno, I decided that, and I don't have any graphics for this, this was kind of a thrown together thing that I did. I decided to put together a game that I like to call The More Anno.
Oh, God.
So this is a game where I'm going to list out a movie title, and you guys get to tell me, and you can work either as individuals or as a team. So it's up for you guys to decide. Get to tell me if it's from Hideaki Anno's filmography or another filmmaker. So basically, is it no or yes?
Well, this is not fair because this is not fair. This is
the puns.
This is not fair. To be honest, this is not fair because Danny is a bigger Hideaki Anno fan than I am. So this
you might be surprised, fair. Hamilton. We'll see how bad I do with this.
All right, fine.
And viewers who are watching us live, you can put in your answers. I'll give you a chance to put in your answers too, so you can play along. But also, I'm giving you the responsibility of helping me keep track of scores because I am notoriously bad at keeping track of scores for these things.
You know what? In the spirit of friendly competition, I challenge you to a duel.
Okay.
I accept your terms, Kaiba.
So should I just put this game away and let y'all fight it out, or
yes? It's time to duel.
Duel.
Duel. Yeah, but as long as I get to be Joey, can I be Joey? You gotta believe in the heart of the cards, Michael.
You gotta believe in the heart of the cards, Yug.
Yug. Yo, you're my red-eyes black dragon, Yug.
Grew up in the 2000s too.
Yeah. We're the 4-kid generation, Yug. I can't. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I can read your mind, Travis boy. I can read. I know everything you're thinking and every move you make.
Someone kicked this guy out of the
chat. Okay.
Michael's just salty. He doesn't know the references that we're making. So, moving on. All right. First movie. We're going to throw you a softball here. Love and Pop from 1998.
Love and Pop.
Is it Anno or yes? Which it's kind of weird because it's like
I'm gonna say yes because I recognize the name of the movie, but I have no idea if it's his or not. I really don't, but I'm gonna say yes.
I'm gonna say yes, but I don't know. I've never heard of this movie.
We're wrong. Just wait.
All right. Both of you are correct. It is Anno.
Oh, that is where I heard it then. That is where I heard it. Okay. Thank goodness.
It is from 1998. It is about a high school girl who engages in compensated dating in order to buy an expensive ring before the day ends. It is compensated dating was a thing that still goes on, but was definitely a big deal that was happening to young people, underage girls in Japan. So it's not like a happy-go-lucky type film, but
this does not sound like a pleasant watch.
Yeah.
So is compensated dating? Is that a euphemism for something else?
I mean, no, that is a word that they use in Japanese. That is what they call it. But yes, it is what you're thinking.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. We get it.
All right.
Okay.
So this next one, I feel like Danny's going to have kind of advantage because I feel like Danny's probably seen this movie.
Shin Godzilla.
Shin Godzilla.
Neon Genesis Evangelion. Loving Death. I don't know.
Curse of the Jade Scorpion from 2001.
Oh God!
Joke's on me. I've actually never heard of this movie. I don't think I've heard this. I don't think I've heard of this movie.
Wow!
I don't think I've heard of this movie.
Okay.
Have I heard? Maybe I heard the title, but I couldn't tell you who made it or what it's about. I'm sure it's
Anno or is it yes?
I don't think it's.
I'm gonna go with Anno. It's gonna go.
Anno. I'm gonna go with Anno.
So you think it is Anno?
No.
No, on
no, not on.
Why is it have to be so confusing? No.
Why did I make this game so complicated?
I don't think it's Anno. I don't think it's Anno.
So both of you said no, that you don't think it's Anno.
It's not Anno.
We're not saying Anno. We are saying Anno.
No. It is not Anno.
Okay. Yes. Nailed it.
Can you guess who would have directed Curse of the Jade Scorpion from 2001?
Quentin Tarantino. Just kidding. I don't know. I have no.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. Like, I mean, that does sound like something he might have done.
He would have spelled scorpion wrong.
Yeah, right. But it also sounds really schlocky. So
It probably has nothing to do with scorpions. Like it's like a jewel or something. Like they're
Roger
like a
Corman.
treasure hunt movie.
It is a Woody Allen film.
Oh,
Oh, come
that makes
on.
sense. Actually, now that I think about it,
It was Woody Allen's most expensive film to date, because I mean he's still alive. So
how in the actual godforsaken doodah did I not know what this film was? I am.
that's why I was like, you of all
Wow.
people, I would have imagined had seen this movie.
I have not seen
basically, it was Woody Allen's take on the Pink Panther movies.
I'd probably love it then because I love
Yeah.
the movies.
It's,
Gorsh,
it's-
darn it.
So
Gorsh, darn it.
I won't say about the
Gosh.
quality because I haven't actually seen it, but it is
Gosh.
when I read the synopsis, it was like, oh yeah, this is just the Peter Sellers Pink Panther movies, but
Yes.
with Woody Allen instead,
Woody Allen directing the Pink Panther. Yes, very
Big
good.
deal.
which is
Yeah.
funny because Peter
Ah.
Sellers and Woody Allen both played the same character in a movie. Just as a side note,
Yeah.
do you guys know what character they both played in the same movie?
I don't remember this. I know this trivia fact, but I can't remember what the answer is. I can't remember.
They both play. Oh, Michael, do you want to try to answer? I was just gonna
don't.
jump
I
in.
don't know.
I don't ever watch Woody Allen movies, so I don't know.
They both played James Bond in the original Casino Royale.
Oh, well.
Yep.
Which I've seen. Gosh darn it, my brain. We got to move these streams off of Sunday nights. I'm playing. That's not why. It's because this is not a Sunday problem. This is a my brain problem. I promise you.
So, all right. Moving on to the next movie from 2016 is a movie called.
Never mind.
I didn't even think about that it was 2016. It's a movie called Salt and Fire.
Salt and Fire.
Salt and Fire.
Fire.
So we had Love and Pop earlier was an Ono film. So Salt and Fire.
This is not an Ono film. This is not an Ono film.
This would have been like his first film after Shin, because he would have filmed Shin ahead of time, and then 2016.
No, because Shin was mostly filmed in 15, right? Is that right? It was announced in 14.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. I don't think this is him.
That just doesn't sound like an Ono title. So I'm gonna go with no.
We just had a movie called Love and Pop.
It's,
How is Salt and Fire different than Love and Pop?
Because it sounds like Love and Thunder.
It's Salt and Fire. So you're both saying no.
No, it's
No.
not.
no.
Okay. You are correct. This is a Werner Herzog film.
Werner Herzog. I love Werner Herzog.
I want to see the baby.
The baby.
to see the baby.
Here's Werner Herzog. This is how he talks into the mic. He's very intense. Yeah.
I must see
I
the
must
baby.
see the baby.
Sure.
Get in my belly.
Probably the best part of the first season of Mandalorian.
Anything Werner Herzog. Dear God, listen to me try to talk. Werner Herzog is the best part of anything that he's in. Like, let's just
He really is. And he's a great filmmaker, too. This movie is about a scientist blames the head of a large company for an ecological disaster in South America. But when a volcano begins to show signs of erupting, they must unite to avoid a disaster.
Herzog. Herzog. Yep.
Yeah.
Werner. Hello, Werner.
All right. Danny, as the resident anime expert of the two of you guys, because I know Michael is absolutely not an anime expert.
I'll take that, but you're gonna have to throw an asterisk on that for me. I'm sorry. All right, go for it.
There's at least one or two of these that you might get. Because we know that Ano has done a few animes. So
at least two that come to mind.
Three that come to mind. So
Yeah.
I won't name them because they might be in this list. So
Yeah,
Even Evangelion.
Neon's, yeah. I can't do the voice.
Okay.
Neon
Evangelion.
Neon Jellion.
Shingai Killer.
Neon Peter and peanut butter and Jellion. Neon peanut butter.
All right.
Whatever.
From 2009, the movie Summer Wars.
Ooh, Summer Wars. Summer Wars. I don't think. Oh no, I'm second guessing myself because I'm familiar with Summer Wars, but and my instinct is that Anno didn't work on that, but I'm starting to doubt myself. I wonder if he did. I don't remember.
I'm gonna say
I've never seen Summer Wars, but I've been.
I'm gonna go on a limb, and I think you're trying to dupe us. So I'm gonna say that one's also on no.
So it's not Anno, it's no.
No,
So not Anno.
no. He did not work on that.
Did you work on Summer Wars? Oh no, who did? I feel like it isn't.
I can tell you.
I feel like okay. I'm sure you can, Mr. Alexander. Damn it, Travis. I'm gonna say no. I am fully prepared to be wrong, and if I am wrong, I have to know who did it because I'm gonna hit myself in the head when you tell me. Because I should know this.
All right. It is not Anno, and I will say that all of these films are directed films. Or direct. Let me rephrase that because I don't want it to come back and bite me in the butt later. These are all things that these people have directed. So we're not talking about because Anno has worked as an animator on some things and stuff. So I specifically, writer. And so I specifically chose things from the directing category. So yeah, because then that would get really, really bizarre and weird. Summer Wars was done by Mamoru Hosoda, which is the guy Michael would know this movie. He is the one who directed the actual original director of Digimon, the movie.
Digimon, the movie.
Which, if anybody knows anything about Summer Wars, he basically remade the Digimon movie just using original IP because he didn't like the way that Digimon the movie came out. There was some studio kind of interference, plus the way that the American cut version was just kind of butchered to death. So he basically remade Digimon the movie. So it actually has a very similar plot line to what from the first half of Digimon the movie. If anybody's seen the American version, is the first half there. But he has also directed the movie Belle, which is one of his most recent works that's available on. Is gorgeous. It's on HBO Max or Max now. He also directed Wolf Children. He also directed The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, and another great film. So, in fact, if you look at his filmography of movies that he's directed, it is just and just pick any of them. It is just a list of masterclass like anime films, like just so great. The Boy and the Beast is also another one, great film. So yeah, just Mamoru Hosoda. He is a fantastic anime director who has directed a lot of things, but Digimon the movie is the things that American audiences would know him most as. All right, this next one is my favorite one, and you will see why in just a second. It is from 1997. Follow me on this one because it's a longer title. Sergeant Kabuki Man Public Service Announcement.
I know what this is, so
okay.
I'll let I want to see what Michael has to say. Because I'm not if I say it, he saw my reaction. He'll copy me. I want to know what he's gonna do.
Sergeant Kabuki Man Public Service Announcement. Is this on no or yes?
He's still processing the title, is what he's doing.
It's from 1997.
Oh, it sure is.
Which is crazy that was made in 1997.
I'm gonna Google the answer here.
No, you are not, sir. No, you
You are
are not. I recommend looking it up afterwards, but not now. Sergeant Kabuki Man, come on, Sergeant Kabuki Man.
I'm going to
Sergeant Kabuki
say,
Man.
shoot, I don't know. Yes,
So you think it's Ano?
sure.
Danny, what is your
Nope,
answer?
it's not Ano.
Come on.
It is not Ano.
It's not Ano.
Do you know who it is?
It's the madman of all madmen, Mr. Lloyd Kaufman, and his insanity.
It is James Gunn.
James Gunn, and what's the third guy's name? What's the third guy's name?
I can't.
The other Trauma guy. It's Lloyd, and then back then it was James worked with them as a writer, and then the third guy his name I can't remember. Gosh,
but James Gunn is listed as the director of it.
Yes, this was his. Was this his first movie or his second movie? I don't know.
Well, he did some TV. Well, this is technically a TV short film, is what this is listed as. But I think he had done some actual individual episodes of shows prior to that. So
I couldn't tell you what, but Sergeant
Kabuki Man. It is a satire film of an old public service film reel with a actual like Sergeant Kabuki Man was a thing that existed prior. It was an NYPD an NYPD public service film warning kids about the dangers of family friendly self-love.
Oh God.
And James Gunn and the two you mentioned, Danny Kaufman and the other one that we can't think of.
I can't remember his name.
Yeah, they took that film reel and made a satire of it. Yes.
So Sergeant Kabuki Man is probably the second most often recurring character in Troma's catalog after the Toxic Avenger. Yes. He has his own movie, Sergeant Kabuki Man NYPD. He was in the fourth
Toxic Avenger.
He was in the fourth Toxic Avenger movie as a secondary character. He's been in a few shorts. He had a YouTube series for a while. Sergeant Kabuki Man. I just call him Sergeant Kabuki Man NYPD. That's his name.
Sergeant Kabuki Man NYPD.
And that's the name of the movie, but I just call him Sergeant Kabuki Man NYPD. I have to say the whole name. I adore the first Toxic Avenger. I actually really like the second and third one as well, even though they're completely whacked. Troma's hit or miss for me. I don't really enjoy a lot of their incredibly visceral, gross, overtly offensive stuff.
Right.
It's not for me. They're most of their catalog I will probably never watch. It's just not. It doesn't.
I have to turn in my nerd card in saying this, but I have never actually watched the Toxic Avenger.
You're not missing much.
Oh, okay. It's not a great film.
I've seen clips from it. I've seen I know what it is, but because it is.
It's very much on par with. Oh God, what is the Danny? What is the name of that movie? I know a line from the movie. I can't say it because it's family friendly. But if I call you a bullcrap artist, what movie is that from?
I can't place it. I've heard it.
Come on.
I've heard it in multiple movies. Text it to me.
The Greasy Strangler. The Greasy Strangler.
Yeah. Okay.
No, the Greasy Strangler.
Oh,
Matt Burkett's favorite movie.
Yes, the Greasy Strangler. Yes. I was like, what is that? What is that stupid movie?
That's pretty close, honestly.
I sat and watched one night out of morbid curiosity.
But doesn't Toxic Avenger that predates that by quite a few years.
Oh, it does, but it's the same. It's the same vein.
I would recommend if you love a good B movie, like a ridiculous B movie that it's not trying to be so bad it's good, but it knows what it is, so it's enjoyable and it's completely ridiculous and really fun. That first Toxic Avenger movie is worth watching.
You're talking to a guy who loves the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes franchise, and
Toxie's up your
Gremlins
alley.
2 is my favorite Gremlins movie.
Yes,
it has
Toxie's up your alley.
Toxie's it has an endearing nickname.
Yes, Toxie. The first superhero from New Jersey. Yes, a superhuman being a being of superhuman size and strength. He even has his own theme song. He's
Nice.
rocking.
Kim, you're from New Jersey. Do you claim the Toxic Avenger is your superhero?
Toxic. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, it's just one of those. It's one of those movies. It's one of those nerd movies that I haven't gotten around to actually watching, but like is in that sphere of like it's one of those ones I should watch because obviously it's something that fits into my
It's worth
brand.
I love the Toxic Avenger. I love the second two. The fourth one's a little much for me. It treads too close to the excessive part of trauma. That's just not really my thing. But I say all that to say that Sergeant Kabuki Man NYPD is in the fourth one. There you go.
Yeah.
So they're the same people that made Toxie made this. Class of Nukem High, Poultrygeist. I mean, that's the kind of pedigree Poultrygeist. That's the pedigree we're dealing with here.
Yeah.
So yes.
So we have. So it's Danny 5, Michael 4.
Finally,
Danny's up by 1. We have 4 more to get through, so we'll try to crank these out.
You got to take
okay.
You got to
next one.
On Kabuki Man, you got to take me down.
Just the fact that it was like a parody of an old public service film reel about warning kids about self-love. I had to change the wording there.
You did.
It was not listed as self-love. That was me because family
mastication.
Friendly. Yeah. So from 2005, Sugar Rune. Is this an no or an yes?
Sugar Rune?
Rune. R-U-N-E.
R-U-N-E. Okay.
Rune.
Rune. Sugar Rune.
I'm gonna go with no.
Ooh.
No, because I don't know. No. It's on no.
Part of me kind of wants to say it is. I kind of feel like it might be.
So you're going with yes?
I don't know. Oh no, I don't have a clue. I've never heard of this before. I don't know what's happening. Sure, he worked on it. Why not?
This is yes. It is a Hideaki Anno. This is an anime from 2005. It's a series. So just like, because it's a series, you get multiple directors for episodes, but Hideaki Anno did direct more episodes than anyone else and nearly the entire series. Like he was like, there's like 5 episodes out of 50 that he didn't do.
Kind of like what Hayao Miyazaki did with the first Lupin the Third series, where they brought him in like, I don't know, a dozen episodes in, and they were like, actually, turns out this guy's a genius. Let's let him do the whole thing. And the only reason that we know Lupin as we do now is because Miyazaki came in and fixed him.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. So this is one of many actually anime series that Anno did, because Anno actually did quite a few anime series, not just evangelical cats,
evangelical robots,
evangelical robots do evangelical things,
except when they don't.
Except when they don't. Yeah. Anyway, so moving on. Now this one's going to be an easy one, I think. But Gamera 1999 from 1999.
Yes.
No.
Was this an Anno?
Did Hideaki Anno direct Gamera 1999?
That's the question.
This is a trick question.
That's the question.
Oh no, this is a trick question. He did.
It was a Hideaki Anno. It was not a Gamera film. It was a documentary about the making of Gamera 3.
I thought he worked. Did he not work on that?
Yeah, I said yeah. It was.
I thought you said he didn't work on it. Okay, I was about to say. Because for my brain automatically defaulted to Revenge of Iris, and I was like, no, he's talking about the other thing. Okay, nice try.
Yeah, this was the documentary about
Revenge
of Iris, about the making of it. So, and that was directed by Hideaki Anno. So yes, that is an Anno.
All right. Okay. Did Michael? Did you get that?
I got yes.
Yeah, he said yes.
Okay, I thought you did. Okay.
So Kim, points all around. Kim
Yes.
is helping me keep track of the points.
5
doing
to
good.
7.
5 to
7.
7.
5,
So
7.
you gotta pull ahead, Michael. Come on, there's only
There's
two
two-
questions left.
There's 2 left. You could time me.
And if as long as y'all are answering the same question, the same answers, it's not going to really do you any good.
Let's do it.
You gotta be some differences. Okay, from 2017, the year after Shin Godzilla,
Shin Godzilla 2017. I don't know.
The Space Between.
The space between.
That wasn't Anno. I don't think that was Anno. Did he? I'm struggling to think of how many things he did between the Shin stuff and Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0. I'm trying to remember what he even worked on during that time specifically.
I'm
Could
just
have
gonna-
been
I'm
an
just gonna-
anime
I'm gonna-
series in between
I'm-
there that he
did
worked
something. I just don't remember
on
what
that
he did.
didn't get actually released in the United States.
Oh no, I mean a
mean-
lot of that stuff just doesn't come to the United States.
Yeah, like there's a lot of anime. Like the amount of anime that we see, as much as it is, it's like
Oh,
10 that
it's
gets released in
fraction.
Japan.
Yeah, it's a fraction. What's the title again?
The Space Between.
Space Between. Space Between.
I'm gonna go with no. 'Cause I don't know. Sounds like a Coldplay song. Doesn't sound like.
It does.
Everything was yellow.
Or like a really like a 80s love power ballad. Like yeah, I don't know.
Mhm.
I want you to know me.
The space between. Yeah. I'm gonna go with no. And I'm prepared to be wrong, but I'm gonna go with no.
You both are correct. It is not Hideaki Anno. Wanna take a guess? This is themed to you guys and your podcasts. You want to take a guess on who directed this movie?
Haim Saban. I don't
Haim
know.
Saban.
Haim Saban.
Close.
He did do a movie in 2017, if I recall correctly.
Not too far off, Danny.
I'm on the right track. I can't. If I answer it, I promise you it would be because I guessed and not because I knew.
Haim
hang on.
Saban.
Pardon me.
Theme
related
to
to
your
one-
podcast.
Right. You're talking about. I don't know who did it.
Amy Jo Johnson.
Oh,
This was Amy Jo Johnson's directorial debut. You know, she has talked about, she is wanting to do more directing work, and this was her first film.
And
She was the star of it too.
That's
Will.
awesome.
Yeah.
Hey,
Amy Jo.
so-
Good for him.
I didn't know the name of her first film. Now I'm gonna have to watch it. That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah. Now the next one is going to be a controversial one.
Shin Godzilla. No.
She guys saw it.
Close.
One more time.
Shin Ultraman from 2022.
Not Hideaki Anno.
No, that's not Anno.
It's not Anno? But wait, the whole thing, like Shin Heroes Universe thing is all Anno's stuff, right?
Yeah, Michael. Why don't? Maybe I'm wrong, Michael.
Because Anno was an advisor on the film, he didn't actually direct the film.
He was more than an advisor.
But did he direct it or co-direct it? I might be wrong. You never know.
Do I count co-directors in this or not? No or yes. So both of you said no, right? Or Michael, what are you gonna say?
Or maybe I don't know. What's Michael gonna say?
I'm gonna lose anyway. Yes, screw it. You count co-directors because that's just what you do.
Maybe he got it.
No.
Who knows?
No, he was not even a co-director on
No,
the
he was
film.
not.
He was a writer.
It was
on
a
that film.
solely a Shinji Higuchi joint for directing. Yeah,
for
not
directing, and I think
I'm
that
done. Screw this.
Higuchi does not get enough credit for that movie.
No, he doesn't. He did beautifully on that film.
And seeing Anno's work without Higuchi recently, Shin Kamen Rider, I think that Higuchi might need more credit for a lot of the things that Anno gets more credit for. Because when he doesn't have Higuchi there working with him, I don't think it's as strong. So,
little spoiler for the non-spoiler review of Shin Kamen Rider, I see.
I still liked it.
Opinion.
I want a double or I want a triple or nothing question.
No.
All right, let me find something. Okay.
No. I think we're good here. I think I won, and I think that was.
I want
for triple
a triple or nothing question.
Well, even if we did, well, no, that's triple or nothing. Yeah. So okay.
I want a quadruple or nothing question.
Triple, so you can at least tie me.
All right. Okay. Here is one. Hold on. Let me.
If you win, it has an asterisk on it. Hamilton. Remember when Babe Ruth's baseball record got broken for home runs, and they had to throw an asterisk on it?
Why? Because he was juiced? Is that the reason why?
No. It's because it was the 1961 season. This is the only sports trivia I know, by the way. The 1961 baseball season was extended by an extra, 5 days a week, something like that. And so, since the record was technically 59 out of the 60 that Babe Ruth hit, Roger Maris was not allowed to claim the 61 home run record without without an asterisk at the end. He technically beat it, but it took him an extra week to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But he still did it.
Sports ball,
and that is the only sports ball you will hear out of me during this whole thing.
Triple or nothing.
Okay, triple or nothing. Here is the question from 1989. Poco, Call It Love. Poco,
yes.
Call It Love.
Yes, he did it. Yes.
He did it. He did the thing.
Yes.
That is a thing that he did.
He did the thing. Yes.
That is the thing. He did that thing.
Yes.
100%. He did that thing.
So you're both saying it is Hideaki Anno?
Absolutely.
Yes.
There's no way it's not.
It is not Hideaki Anno. It is a music video, Poco being the band, Call It Love being the name of the album or the video, the song that they were doing. Venture to guess who directed that music video.
Tommy Wiseau. I don't know.
Someone who did a lot of music videos before venturing over into actual films.
Oh,
Taika Waititi. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I have no
Vern Troyer.
Vern Troyer.
Wow.
Vern Troyer.
Michael Bay.
What?
Oh.
Wow. That's amazing. I didn't know that.
Michael Bay used to direct music videos before he directed The Rock, which was like his first big budget film. And so he did Poco, Call It Love, Richard Marx, and Angelia.
Poco the band. Poco the band. Poco.
Yeah, I said it was the band.
I didn't, but I heard Poco call. I didn't know. It sounded like a weird Japanese title of something. I've been had. My horns.
It was triple or nothing, and you both lost. So it's 0-0.
No, I still won.
That's how triple or nothing works. You bet it all.
No. I won, and it's 0-0 with an asterisk.
It's 0-0 with an asterisk.
Whatever.
But yes, he did a bunch of, including Donny Osmond, a Donny Osmond music video.
Now you can't convince me that Hideaki Anno did not direct Donny Osmond.
Yeah, I know, right?
Video.
I could have gone with that one.
He directed The Human.
I could have also done Faster Pussycat, which was a band, House of Pain.
Nice reference to Island of Lost Souls.
He actually did quite a few Donny Osmond music videos. He also directed a video for Playboy. And yeah.
No.
The music video for Play That Funky Music. Louie. Sticks. He did some for Sticks.
Ooh, baby.
Young MC. Tina Turner. He did a bunch of them, but then he switched over to started doing big budget movies, and that is where most people know him from. But that is Michael Bay. So it was 0-0. If y'all would have played it smart, one of you would have went with something other than what the other one said. So that you both didn't end up with 0.
I just wanted to know who directed that Poco video, man. That's all. It wasn't about the points for me. It was about the knowledge. Knowledge was my treasure.
We're both losers now, Danny. I drug you into the pit with me, and that was the goal.
You sunk my battleship. That's what you did.
You're both losers, and that's all. That is the takeaway for this episode. And so we're going to thank you for coming back, Robert, right at the very end. We were just about to close out the episode. Hey, Robert. You can always go back.
We could do mailbag?
We don't have any mailbag.
No mailbag.
No mailbag. People need to send our questions.
The no mailbag music hurts me.
Well, I'll play it out like I did last week.
Good,
we'll play us out with that. There we go.
Yes.
But Michael, do you want to start off giving your plugs and everything?
Right. So for all things ramen and tokusatsu, kaijuramenmedia.com, of course. Issue number 9, we talked about at the top of the show. It's going to be coming very, very soon. So if you pre-ordered that, your copy will be coming. If you are interested in a copy, please purchase one when they are
supplies are limited.
Supplies are limited, so please purchase one. Right. So do that. Also, if you're interested in Power Rangers, we just recorded our episode on O-Ranger, and it's gonna be out sometime next week, hopefully.
I don't remember a Power Ranger series called O-Ranger.
And Travis was never heard from again.
Power Rangers and Super Sentai.
Bye. Oh, he's the middle of the sandwich now. What's up?
Yay!
Oh, Travis sandwich.
Let's not and say we did. Let's not and say we did.
I am the cream in the Oreo that is Kaiju Ramen or Kaiju Weekly right now.
The Power Trip.
Hurry up, Michael.
The Power Trip podcast for all Power Rangers and Super Sentai.
So proclaimeth the cream. Hurry.
So proclaimeth the cream. All right, Danny.
The cream does rise to the top. That's for sure.
Yes.
Okay. Are you calling me a top?
Anyway, I'm with the Godzilla novelization project.
Okay.
Wow, you get on.
I was the one fussing about family friendly, and then I'm the one that. Yes, I know.
Yeah. I'm trying to keep it family friendly by saying mastication instead of what I really wanted to say.
All right, Danny. You want to get
Godzilla Novelization Project.com, Godzilla Novelization Project to Twitter, Godzilla Novelization Project to Facebook. Okay, for real. I've mentioned it 1,000 times on this show, but if the idea of reading the Godzilla movies as full prose novels sounds like your jam, that's what I do. I've been writing fan novelizations of the Godzilla films. If you want to read them and the short stories and all the timeline stuff that goes along with it, head to GodzillaNovelizationProject.com. If you want to follow along on social media, go to your social media platform of choice and type in Godzilla Novelization Project and you'll find it. And by that, I mean just Twitter and Facebook, because those are the only ones I got. Sorry. I have a Patreon. If you really like what I write and you want to support me financially and help me get some alternate revenue streams going in my life, in this economy, then definitely head to Patreon and check out the tiers. There's an exclusive podcast I host that's only there. It's neat. I also write and do a Michael. I write and do a lot of crazy kooky stuff at Kaiju Ramen. I'm on the website. I've written for the magazine. I've edited for the magazine. I'm here on this show a lot. I've been on so many podcasts, it's crazy. I just like to talk about this stuff and beat the squeaky hammer on occasion. And so I'm glad I brought the squeaky hammer back, even if nobody else is.
mastication?
We
need to send Kabuki Man your way.
If-
No, I'm fine, thanks. I've seen his movie.
And if you would like to become an official stalker of Danny's, his address is
No.
I am accepting applicants, but I am very picky. Bye, Michael. Oh, he's knocking at my door right now. Oh dear.
Now Michael is the cream in the
Yes.
Oreo sandwich.
I'm on.
I'm Michael.
Oh God, my knees. Oh, my knees hurt.
Oh, it's hard being the cream. Anyway, I'm out of things to put. One thing I will add to the end of that is I am currently cooking up a brand new short story for the GNP. I'm not sure when it'll be done, but it's brand new. I'm excited about it. I don't know when the heck it's going to be out. I'm going to try to get it out before G-Fest. That's all I'm going to say for now. And there is one other thing I'm doing, but it's top secret and I can't talk about it. So I'm just gonna drop that here. And I'm not going to say anything else, but there's something top secret coming up. That's all I'm going to say. If I told you and you knew, you'd already be dead.
If you would like Danny's address to where you can come visit him, message me directly at Facebook.
So
Unfriended.
I still need to give my plugs, and you guys won't shut up long enough for me to give my plugs.
If you'd like to slash Michael's tires, he works he works from home. Here's his address. To steal his spiral burning Godzilla.
If you want to find out anything that Kaiju Ramen is doing, check out kaijuramenmedia.com. Like Michael said, issue 9 of the magazine is out, and so you can go pick it up. Issue 10 is going to be coming soon, so you can stay tuned for that. We're still, like I said, in the works, working on a subscription service, possibly through Patreon. Let us know what you think about that. Make sure to send that over, your opinions, either in the comment section of this video, or send it kaiju underscore ramen on Twitter. That is our Twitter. And don't follow me on Twitter because my account is now blocked, or not blocked, but what do you call it? Suspended. I'm suspended on Twitter for no reason. So
Twitter jail.
My personal Twitter, the company Twitter is still available. The kaiju underscore ramen. Also, make sure subscribe to this channel because this is where we're going to be posting new videos, new games, new things. We've got a lot of things in the works that I really want to try to get out to y'all. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't. Make sure to follow us and keep an eye out for all the wonderful kaiju content that we're still producing. And with that, I think we can say help control the giant monster population. Have your damagens spayed or neutered. Goodbye, everyone.
Just when Elon Musk was doing a good job, they deleted your account.
Bye, everybody.
And on that note.